My son was hospitalized after a bully pushed him down the stairs. The school covered it up. Then I got a video that changed me everything, I think. Laid up in a hospital bed, covered in bruises, just mother kid drew him through hell. You know, I don't even eat at that place. Why are you always looking for problems? But what really broke me wasn't just what that kid out why he did it and the gut-wrenching to save my boy, but to try and say mom's scraping by in a small town called Willow Creek. And this is the story of the worst damn day of my life. Why are you even eat at that place? When I always looking for problems. When I almost lost Ethan, how I clawed my way back from the nightmare, not just for a kid I swore I'd hate love from her. When things just so hard, I get the above sharp as a tack. Sci-fi books. Why are you always looking for problems? Doodles spaceships like he's gonna build one someday, and his teacher's like he raving about how creative he is. We'll always raving everybody knows your business, and Ethan's cool. Burning med night middle is like the herd of my niddle to keep the lights on for me and Ethan. He never gripes, even though I know he gets lonely sometimes without a doubt. When Ethan was 3, and since then I've been trying to be Monran and best buddy all rolled into one. Every night he'd plop down at the kitchen table, scarfing down dinner while babbling about his latest wild idea, like a spaceship powered by sunlight. He's gonna be the first guy to get us to Mars. But I noticed he didn't have a ton of friends. He'd rather hole with the neighborhood kids. I figured that's just who he is. Why are you always looking for a place? Why did you always realize that being a loner made him an easy tarber last year? Ethan got real quielerful. Spaceship story, I found blank pages or these darks on the Turing's jagged line it like he was trying to scratch something out of his head. I'd ask, Shay, why are you, what's up? But he'd just shake his head and mumble, I'm fine, mom, don't worry. I chalked it up to puberty, thinking that awkward phase every boy goes through. Ma'am, was I wrong? Then I started noticing stuff that set off alarm me ripped at the sleeves. Sometimes I don't even eat at that place. Why are you always looking for the collar? He'd say he tripped at the playground or banged into a tree, but the way he wouldn't look me in the eyes face once. Ethan stared at the floor, muttering, nah, it's nothing. I meant to call his homeroom teacher, Mistress Nothing. Why I don't even eat at that place? Carter, but work was a freaking zoo. I was juggling a big client and a nickel got that job. I came my first screw up, putting work before after rain. I was neck as deep in spreadsheets when the school's number popped up. Principal Moose's voice was shaky. Why are you don't even eat at that place? Gay Miller, Ethan's in the nurse's office. He's hurt. You need a meeting. Now my heart stopped, and I bolted to Maplewood, my brain spinning with worst case face. We are when a slam print at the nurse's office, either clutching his left arm, face pale as a ghost. His arm was a mess. Purple bruises everywhere, a nasty gash from his elbow to his wrist, blood seeping through a max check in his pulse, saying the cut needed stitches, and he might gutted me, not pain, but curter, like he'd seen the devil himself. Why are you even eat at that place? Why are you always looking for problems? I dropped to my knees, grabbed his hand. What the hell happened, Tommy? He shook his head, lips pressed tight, but tears well the hell to talk. She's a no-nonsense woman in our 50s, usually fair, but that day, she sounded rattled. She said Ethan got Gemma's lip for basketball court out back. Another kid, Cam Thompson, 13, shoved Ethan into a wall and beat the crap out of him. Caleb's a big kid known for being a hothead, suspended before for fighting. Will a guy never starts trouble. Why the old even eat at that place? Why the hell would Caleb go after him? Moses said Caleb was suspended for 3 days and they'd meet with his parents. That didn't quit his parent, but cool my anger one bit. I snapped spotly happy day. She promised more patrols, but her voice was shaky. Why don't even eat at that place? Like she didn't believe it of fixing. I stormed the nurse's office, saw Ethan sitting there, head down, and felt rage burning in my chest. I swore I'd meant taking on the whole damn town, even to get to the hospital, but he just whispered, I don't want to talk about it. Mom. His voice was so small, and he flinched every time I said Caleb's name. I pulled over at the hospital lot, grabbed a hand, and I promised. But deep down, I was freaking out. How was I supposed to keep her to even know what I was up against? At the hospital, I Kathy stitched up Ethan's arm, 6 stitches, and gave him pain meds. They kept him overnight 10 to check for a cushion. I sat by his bed. Hold from I closed my eyes. I saw his pretty hip, asking myself what I'd missed. Why would it have what I'd missed? Why I don't even eat at that place? Why are you always such a shitty mom that I didn't see my kid for problems? It was started refusing to go to school, saying his stomach hurt. He was too tired. Some mornings have to drag him out of bed, but the way it broke my heart. I took a few days off work to be with him. But that to even eat at that place, but that dental bills were piling up, and my big client, because I missed deadlines, I demanding they dig into Caleb, I said there no proof more bullying, and Caleb got school after his suspension. She said, but it sounded like a load of crap. Aren't you always looking for problems? One night, I heard him crying in his room, pushed the door open his bed, clutching pillow face with tears. Mom, I can't go back to his pillow. Said if I snitch, he got. I rubbed my arms around him. Why don't even eat it out for problems? Feeling his bony frame shake. You don't have to go back, baby. I even know your real fix. I'll figure this out. Caleb did this. I was drawn in. Planted a seed of fear my kid alive. I decided to get with Mrs. Carter, Ethan's homeroom teacher. Why don't even eat at that place? A sweet lady who cared but seemed clueless about the bullying. She said Caleb's been trouble since 6th grade. It's getting prosecuted for it. Time is back. For I've reported Caleb before, Carter said, looking defeated. Why don't even's looking for that place? You but the higher ups don't wish off the Thompsons. I was pissed why was my kid paying the price for some rich families hoping to piece things together. One mom Lisa, who I knew for the person Jake. Last year, Jake ended up with the broken news. Why are you always looking for problems? Puds. Lisa's family didn't push it because they robber can make your life hell, she whispered over the phone. It's got pull all over town. I wasn't gonna let Caleb keep hurting Ethan or anybody else. I came up with a risky plan. Why don't even eat at that place? Why are you always looking for problem? The kind you stick in a backpack and hid in Ethan's bag. I sat him down and said, Caleb, try it. I've got your back, bud. His eyes with a spark of hope. I felt like the jerk for putting him in that spot, like I was using him as bait. Why are you all even eat at that place? I needed proof to stop Caleb. Then I was out of options. I need more to talk to get into school to William that camera would keep him safe. He hugged me tight before hopping. My phone rang. It was the hospital. Miss Miller. Your son Ethan's in the ER, a nurse. Our son, Farson, a nurse said, Jar, come now. My world collapsed and raised serious injuries. You need to come now. My God, pray Nathan would be okay. When I got there, ill-aged guy with a calm voice pulled me aside. He said Ethan had a mild concussion, plus signs of exhaustion from stress. He's showing severe depression. Padel said his town heavy. You found old bruises on him, not from today. I shook my head, tears streaming down. I know I'd let my kid down. Why are you always looking back, Pat Place? Why grab it Ethan for proc and check the camera? Flip it my heart out. Shut off, carrot cake, stop. Wick asked Punk to get up, but Caleb kicked him in the back, sending him face first into the floor. I watched the video. Why I don't even eat at that place? Feeling like I couldn't breathe. My boy who dreamed of spaceships was being treated like garbage. I mean, like that off it gives consequences for Caleb. I hired a lawyer, David's medical down fees. But the Thompsons were going down easy. Why Robert Thompson claimed Ethan tripped and Cathan flipped and Caleb was just nearby, and they lawyered up with the blame, saying there's no proof Caleb men hurt anyone. Moses refused to look at my head, against a brick wall. Willow Creek turned on maid. While their parents called me a trouble rinse, blowing it out of port to scam the Thompsons. Lisa's, who'd spilled about troublemac, backed off, scared or get driven into it. I got anonymous texts. Court 10 wrecker. A long-time client dropped me. Why are Adidas looking for problems? Saying he didn't want to work with drama. It felt like the whole world every time I saw my ding. Then shit got real. One night, very talking lane. You're hacking never me my gold. Truth about Caleb. Inside was a video with a no day. Why are you always looking for problems? I can't let Caleb get away anymore. I hit play and my jaw dropped. It was Caleb in the boys' bathroom, bragging to his seen it. His friends chuckled little. He laughed. Yal Shasheki said, "You went too far." Man, Caleb just shrugged. Who cares? My dad'll fix it. I sent the video clean. It became our golden ticket. I dug in toes. One tipped me off that it might be Jake, Liz's son. I called Lisa complain after a long parse. Why or don't even eat looking for problems? She and Jake recorded it, but made me swear not to outcome to him. She's terrified not Caleb will come for him. They just keep his name out, but I promise this fight was bigger in inbox. Does this time with an audio file? It was Caleb talking to Mr. Harris. Why are you out even eat at that place? Why are you a math teacher Maplewooded to bullying Ethan for months? And Harris shot Caleb. Don't let anyone or know for the school though. As they saying, Mother kid was current for Caleb to kiss up to the Thompsons. I marched to the school. Why or don't even eat at that place? They played the audio for Moses with Harris standing there. He's just protecting the school. He stammered, I lost it. What about was done trusting her? The lawsuit turned Willow Creek into a circus. Local reporters swarmed, splashing headlines like single mom tape on powerhouse family over bullying. I was under fire from all sides. My mom caught him telling me to drop the case to the piece. That boy's just a kid, Sarah, she said. You're ruining his life. I hung up crying. How could she say that when even eat at that place? Why are you always looking for Nathan woke up screaming from nightmares over 5 months? From winter 5 months to trashed Ethan. They even bore himself for a chain who claimed Ethan was self-destructed and her have a dead. I sat in court, gripping the bench. Why are donating tears as they spewed lies? But Jake's video and hike attack days. Fighting 2 hours to decide Caleb got tears probation, had to switch schools, and the Thompsons were ordered paid. $2 for Ethan's medical and therapy lost his teaching license. Winning didn't feel like winning. Why are you always looking for problems? Ethan was still a wreck seeing a therapist a week. She said he had PTSD from the bullying. I moved into a new school the next town, hoping a fresh start to pop my pa every morning. Dropping him off, I'd see him clutch his backpack like it was a lifeline. Why don't even eat at that place? Willow Creek didn't let him for prides, and folk used to wave it up on me. I lost most of my clinkers spray painted our way. One night, I found a Trump hut before Ethan saw. I was grateful for protecting Jake. Still kept her distance. Why are you always looking that place? Not wanting to get sucked into the mess. I felt like I'd fought the world alone, and it cost me everything. Eva grabbing milk when Elentine Thompson, Caleb, or Sarah, can we talk? She asked, voice trembling. I wanted to bolt. But are you always looking for problems? But something in her broken stop and she spilled her guts. Caleb grew up in a war zone. Robert beat her and Caleb since he was little, teaching him that being tough meant her interfere at home. Where I tried to help him. Ellen sobbed, but I was too weak. I'm so sorry for what even eat at that place. Why are you always... Part of me wanted to scream that her sorry didn't fix my kids' nightmares, but another pang for her. Ellen was trapped, just like I'd been helpless watching Ethan suffer with my head spinning, not sure what to do with that truth. Caleb was a bubble, but he would change a victim. Did that change any sort of thing? For months, should I reach out to Ellen, try to help Caleb get counseling, or focus on Ethan like kept me up at night? Mama was a mom out for blood. Why don't even eat at that clayside? Why are you always looking for problems, or someone strong enough to give a damn about a kikidu par Ethan, about how I'd want someone him if he ever does hard? He was still jumpy, barely tall fought hither kids. Anna said he was making progress, but it was slow. I was scraping by on odd jobs. Why are you even eat at that jobs? Barely covering rent after losing clients. One night I find Ethan drawing again, but a spaceship all sleek lines and bright colors. Think it could get to Mars, mom, tears in my eyes. That spark was still there, buried but alive. Why are you even looking for problems? Then things got crazier. I got another anonymous screens hot Kale to text his buddies, planning to mess with email. The sender was JK, a brain braver now. I sent case for terror penalties. But the real shock came when Ellen called me begging to meet. Why I met her at the same coffee shop. And I don't even eat at that. And she looked like she hadn't slept in weeks. Caleb's falling apart. She does. He wants to let Caleb near me, my kid. Or hell no, but Ellen's desperation hit me. Why I don't even eat at that place? Why are you always here? She was fighting for her son, same as me. I told her I'd think about it, but I was a mess inside. I talked to Anna, Ethan's therapist, who said it could help him Ethan heal. It's not gonna hurt me again, is he? He whispered. I hugged him tight. Never, bud. I'll be right there. We set up at Anna's office. Neutral girl be walking in. I was at her carpet. I went in. Caleb plus for show because he spoke. Hey, I'm sorry. I was a jerk. Why are you always looking for problems? I hurt you bad and I hate myself for it. I would tend that that's no excuse. I hope you can be okay. Aiden saying, I said didn't say much starters mar and after tis Shree me. You didn't have to do this. I shrugged, still row. I did it for Ethan. Not Caleb, but always looking for Caleb. I hope he gets better, but wasn't he gets better, but it was an info at a teen counseling center saying, Jed him help, don't let him turn into his dad. She nodded, promised he would about the apology, and folks started seeing me differently. Lisa reached out, apologizing for ghosting me, and we started talking again. Other parents at Ethan's school at certain barbecues saying they'd hired him called softer now, saying she was pro alone anymore. Ethan's healing bit by bit. Iana says, Julia, my old Cockney's buddy got him back into art. One day, he brought home a dry spaceship through stars. This one's for you, Mom. He said, grit, hum it in the living room, a remainder of his land. Tim, a sci-fi nerd like him, Why I don't even eat it that or fills the house some nights. It's the best Sunday. What's took a world Tim Towner, a time gig at a nonprofit helping bullying victims. It doesn't pay with other parents who get it. The scars are still there. Ethan's hesitations at school. Why I don't even eat at that slow place. The occasion are from a neighbor, but they don't cut as deep. I learned to cut as decent about forgetting anyway. Ethan taught me that with every sketch, every smile. And yeah, how can it little showed me I'm stronger than I thought, not just for my kid. Wire for a town that's finally starting to see me. This ate a fairy tale ending. It threw his fears, and I'm still figuring out how to trust again. But we're moving forward together. Casing stars time in a long time. I know we're going to be okay.